This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at another one of Super 7's Thundercat figures. This time, the super sexy ice goddess of the Lunataks, Chilla. This was one of those ones where if you had ordered the full wave from Super 7 directly for a large fee, you would get a special collection of extra heads to go along with it. And as much as I would have liked to have had her extra head, it definitely was not worth it to get the other ones because frankly, I'm not all in on the Thundercats. I'm just buying the figures I like, which is basically the main cast and a couple extras. On the back of the box, we see some actually pretty good artwork of Chilla. Chilla is the formidable and enigmatic Lunatak known for her icy powers and chilling demeanor. She possesses cryokinetic abilities, which she utilizes to manipulate temperature, freezing her targets with icy breath or burning them with optical heat beams. She combines her powers and vicious determination in an attempt to defeat the Thundercats, even if it means freezing them right in their actual tracks. Despite her frosty exterior, Chilla's background and motivations remain shrouded in mystery. Yeah, probably because I never really covered it. Also, I suppose I should have tried doing that in a Mumra voice, but I can't do a Mumra voice, so, you know. And that should have been Icy Prowess, not Powers. Oh well. And once again, this is another one of those Super 7 figures that did not have the overpack, so let's just go ahead and open her up. Oh, and before we get that far, I'd like to point out that the box is not put together properly either. So actually, we could just rip this open from the side if we really wanted to. I'm not going to. You know, this may be the only bit of Thundercat artwork I actually want to keep so far. Okay, so we have a ton of accessories with her. We have like her wand thing. At least I think that's what this is. I haven't watched Thundercats in a while, so I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I have no idea what this is supposed to be. It just looks like it's a bottle of something. Here would be her icy blast, or her heat blast, which attaches to this. Ah, okay. So I guess that's just so she can hold that, I guess, maybe? And then... What the hell? Okay. That also serves the same function. Why? I don't understand this at all. Okay, well, we got that part. We have this extra little thing. I think this is supposed to just represent the whole when she uses her powers to gag somebody, basically. So it'd be something like that. Interesting to note, her eyes are different colors on both these head sculpts. This head sculpt is the extra one. It has the open mouth, which honestly doesn't look too bad. I think they did a good job on that. But also then you can put the breath effect in there, as I was toying with earlier when I first took them out, and have her do this, which I guess if you're setting up a scene could be useful, but otherwise I'm not a big fan of that. Although as far as creating a thing to hold in the mouth, this is probably one of the better jobs I've seen. Unlike, you know, most of the time with a lot of these figures and dolls, like I think the Jubilee for Legends and say a couple of the Claudines from Monster High, where they just have a big old hole in their mouth, like they're getting ready to suck a dick, and you just stick a peg from the bubblegum in there. This at least does not really look like she's getting ready to give a blowjob. I don't care about the weapon. And she does have a bunch of different extra hands, which seem to, again, go along with... Whoops. Where you could just kind of have her hold these things where you would have her powers go, apparently. Unless, of course, can she finger this? Okay, that'll fit on her finger, too. Which is actually how it should go according to the box. So that is apparently the only hand designed to do that with. Unless I lost a hand when I was opening the package up. Nope, there is only spots in there for 5 hands. So even though they're showing her on the box using her other hand, using her left hand, this one has the right hand doing the power. Which honestly, if I'm going to show off one of the powers, it's going to be this thing. But then that makes even less sense for whatever these two things are supposed to be. But again, you know, you could put those in her hand. But honestly, I don't see what the point of them are. Like, this is one of those things with Super 7, is they give you a bunch of crap that has, like, no use. Because here's, like, a little purse, pouch thing. There does not appear to be anywhere on her where this would attach. So why spend the money on it? The wand, I understand. The ice blast, or the heat blast, I understand. The ice blast, I understand. I can even get down with this. But this and those, what is the point of them? If you got some ideas, please tell me. She can actually hold the purse in her big old gripping hands too, by the way. But again, I just don't see the point of this. But let's go ahead and talk about her articulation and stuff. I'm going to pop her head off real quick. The cape does appear to be permanently attached. Maybe? So we got some peg hole here and peg holes on the shoulder. I am not going to try to force the issue. There is a wire in the cape, though, so you can arrange it however you want. And the head is on a ball joint. You can spin it around. Obviously, it gets stuck on the cape, and you can see how it twists that all about. She has a boob cut, which allows us to kind of turn this around and move it, but it doesn't like do a full 360 or anything. The straps on her outfit are separate from the body, so it is a separate piece. Looks like they're attached to the moon logo, actually. It's kind of an interesting way they did it, to be honest, because it fits in pretty well there. Because the straps on the top are part of the torso piece, and then the straps on the bottom are separate. So yeah, we do have the boob cut, which honestly, if we painted this that blue, it would look like she's wearing a bikini. The arms hinge up and down and can spin. It can go all the way around. She does throw the cape out of the way when she does it. That's good. We have a single joint in the elbow that does spin. And the hinge goes up and down. We get roughly 90 degrees. She's got these little icicles, I guess is what they're supposed to represent, coming off of her thing, but it just kind of makes her look like Batman. Her fist has an in and out articulation. We will go ahead and pop that out now. Put that hand in there. It also has the in and out articulation. Pop out the other hand. And we will put a regular gripping hand in there. So we can eventually put the... Oh, for f***'s sake. Maybe we can get the little wand in there. There we go. All right, so we got our wand in one hand. All right, so the waist does have a swivel. And it does appear to be a complete swivel. So, yeah, all your other angling is going to come from the boob cut. Her skirt has some pretty high cuts, but that's the design to start with. So, as far as the leg articulation, we can kick out that far, and that is the full range that the actual joints will allow. And there's a good look at the inside of her joints. And you kind of see how it's got that weird internal part there and there. That's what takes the place of the thigh cuts. It does not work as well as a thigh cut though, but it does give us this little bit of motion, which gets her ass cheek there really kind of moving. And look at that ass, by the way. So they got ass cheek on the thighs and the crack of the ass there, hidden by her skirt. She can kick up about this far, and she can really almost not kick back at all, just teeny tiny bit. Plastic looks awful here at the top of the knee. Ah, it's because it's painted. See, this is the issue too with them not doing the boots as a separate part from the rest of the leg. Though the color match isn't terrible between the two parts, it's just the color itself, the quality of the coloring is just terrible. So if they had given us a boot cut like we have in a lot of other figures, this could have been the same purple plastic as that, and then the boot could have been a separate piece, but it's not. So we do have the twist at the knee and the single joint that only wants to go this far. It looks like it should go a little further. Ah, there we go. You have to turn it all the way back, or you have to turn it proper position to get to go all the way back like that. It's too bad they didn't do the whole boot cut things, but, you know, I think they're cheaping out. Well, it's kind of weird because the turtle stuff based on the, what is it, the 2000 turtle series has actually got additional articulation, and the old ones based on the 80s still have the ultimate articulation, which isn't so ultimate anymore. We do have a hinge at the foot, and we do have a full spin again. This thing feels like it's going to be a pain in the ass to pose. Oh, yeah, and the head sculpt on her regular head looks pretty good, honestly. I don't remember what the third head was, the one you would have gotten if you ordered all of them from Super 7, but I thought it actually looked pretty good. It might have been a kind of a terrifying smile face, I think is what it was. Oh, for crying out loud. She does not want to stand up. So, overall with this thing, the figure looks good. I mean, this is the old classic style articulation that we got instead of the new modern articulation. I don't think Super 7 is going to upgrade any of their Thundercats to modern articulation. We have a bunch of accessories that I don't see the point of. Like, I mean, that's, you can fit the flame onto here. I guess this could be like a candle then, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. Although it looks like she's got a hand specifically designed for holding this thing, right? But what is its purpose? I don't actually know. The effect head is well done overall. Better than, again, a lot of the other ones I see. Though the effect itself looks kind of silly when you actually do use it. At least in my opinion. I like the idea of the ice collar gag thing. But again, it's not something you're probably going to use on a whole lot of stuff. So why bother? And again, she's just got like these two hands will work perfectly fine for these things, but I still don't know what these are. Maybe there's some weapons that were actually used in the show, and I just can't think of what they are, or it's been long enough that I don't remember them, which is very possible. I think overall, though, she looks pretty good. There's stuff that could definitely have been improved. The cloth cape is nice to have. I do prefer soft goods for capes whenever possible. And soft good wired capes are the best of both worlds, right? You can position them however you want and they still look good. But why don't you guys let me know what you think of Chilla in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look at her, please feel free to freeze that like button. Or I guess you could burn that like button, but that would probably cause lots of problems at home. And so I wouldn't actually suggest doing that one. Freezing it much better. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense, please feel free to subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.